Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here, playing Super Lucky's Tale. This is a 100% full game walkthrough, and it'll probably be in a series of parts, probably 4 total parts. This will be part 1, which will have all of World 1. I believe it's called Sky Castle. I'll be making sure to get all of the possible Clovers, all of the missable achievements, and I'll be showing you all the solutions to all the levels and all the puzzles and whatnot as well that you'll need to do along the way to getting 1,000 gamer score. However long this series is will be how long the game will take you, although I'm going in with quite a bit of knowledge, so I'm obviously running through the levels pretty fast in comparison to someone who would be doing this for the first time. I believe the video series will range somewhere around the 2.5 hour mark. Realistically, if you're doing this for the first time and looking for all of the Clovers completely on your own, it would probably take you closer to 6 or 7 hours, maybe even longer. And there's a little bit of a story, and all of the cinematics and stuff we do need to actually watch. There's no way to skip them as far as I know.
A dysfunctional family of cuddly criminals, led by their father, Jinx.
Give me the book, Guardian, or I shall take it from you.
The kitty litter advanced, and I stood my ground.
We'll let a little bit of the story here run through.
It turned out that the book had other ideas.
Before we get started, obviously, with the gameplay coming up soon.
In a flash, Lucky sacrificed himself to save me, my little brother. Lucky and the kitty litter had been swept into the book and the worlds within, and the future of our own world was now in danger. Lucky, if you can hear me, only you can stop them now.
Alright, so we seem to get a little bit, a quick achievement for completing the prologue, which is just the cinematic, worth 5 gamer score. In World 1, I believe we're going to get 235 out of 1,000. Alright, we're going to skip all the dialogue in the game when possible. Alright, so here's a quick explanation as to how the open world works. All of the doors are going to be locked, and there's going to be an amount of Clovers you need to have in order to unlock those doors. And kind of, you have to go through the doors in order one by one, starting with the first door and then moving your way on. So there's this big open world here, and in the open world, you can grab a whole bunch of coins. The reason for the coins isn't very obvious early on in the game. Maybe later on they'll explain that stuff. But basically, your controls: A, jump. You can double jump. You can press X to spin move. You can press the left trigger to burrow. You can press the right trigger to burrow as well, and you can jump burrow as well. You can hold Y to look around, and that's about it. So this is just a little bit of a control tutorial. There's going to be a lot of coins in the open world, although to be honest, there isn't much of a use for them. We'll get more than enough coins inside of the levels. So this open world is kind of like a hub. You'll see all the doors like I mentioned earlier. There will be one door open, kind of one new door every time you clear that level. Another door will open. In each main level, there are 4 Clovers. As you can see here, there's the checkmark Clover for completing the level. Question mark Clover, which is for finding the secret Clover. Paw print Clover, which is for getting a certain amount of coins in a level. And then there's the L Clover, which is for finding all the letters that make up the word lucky. So L-U-C-K-Y. 5 letters per level as well. We'll go into the first level now. And obviously, because we do need a certain amount of coins every level, I will be grabbing some coins here and there, although the purpose of the coins isn't immediately obvious. So we're just going to try to grab a couple coins early on here. When you are trampolining, pressing A on the trampoline will let you go further. There's also large coins that are worth 5, and there's diamonds. The diamonds are worth various amounts depending on how big the diamond is. This game is like a combination of Crash Bandicoot and like Yooka-Laylee, in my opinion. Just gonna grab some coins. I like to grab the coins early on so I don't have to worry about them later. Now that we have about 180 though, we can go up to the door and continue to the next area. You can press X on these kind of spinning discs in order to... Usually they do something like open a new path or open a secret door or something. These are little checkpoints. These little things we're talking to in the ground are actually like characters or whatever, but these right here are checkpoints. Grab this guy and then bring him to the middle. So each level has like a main objective. In this level, our objective is to bring all of the golems to the middle. So now we're gonna go to the left here. Grab the L inside of the cage by burrowing under. Continue to burrow. Just grab some extra coins when possible. There's also these little timers, and as timers, when you click on them, stuff will spawn. You want to try to grab all the stuff before the timer goes away. So it looks like I missed a coin at some point, but that's not a huge deal. Grab some more coins in the cage. And we can go into this little foxhole. For this, you just want to get the attention of the flower, so he slams, and then slam him on the back of the head. Grab all of the coins here. Go to the left, grab all the coins here. Now we have enough coins for the kind of traversal or exploration. So we have the yellow paw print clover. Here we have the C as well for lucky. At any point you can also pause the game in order to see how many of the letters you have. This foxhole leads to a different location than where we spawned, as they often do. Up here we have the letter K. You can also see all these little hearts around the world. Pick them up for extra health if you need it. Nothing stopping you from getting more coins than you need, but the minimum we needed for all the clovers in this level was 300. I believe for most levels it's 300. Now we have 2 of the 3 golems. Alright, take out the flowers just to not have to deal with them. If you come over here and you hit the switch, go back to this elevator and grab the U. Now you can skip all this stuff if you have enough coins. Come up the ladder here. Watch out for the bees. And then flick the switch here. That'll bring the last head to you. Pick it up, and then you can fall into the Y in Lucky. We're going to actually drop the head for a bit. And then we're gonna go for the secret clover. So jump and melee this blue ball here. That'll create a new foxhole in the waterfall. Now, for a lot of the secret clovers, what happens is you get teleported to a world similar to this. You'll have a timer. You'll click the timer, and you have to make sure to grab all the coins before the timer runs out in order to get the secret clover. The only thing here is that if you don't grab the coins in time, they will disappear, and you have to redo the level. Once you grab all the coins, it should spawn. That's the secret clover right there. And now that we have all of the clovers, we're free to finish the level. We gotta go back up to get that golem head that we dropped earlier. Once you have this, which is your main objective complete, it should spawn the last clover for completing the level. You only complete the level once you touch the clover for completing it. So, if you want to go explore the world again, if you miss something, feel free to do that. Alright, so that's level 1 complete. Level 2 is pretty short. Level 3, I think, is short as well. So, now that we have kind of all of the mechanics out of the way and stuff, we can kind of run through the levels a little bit faster. You have the counter out of 99 in the top right corner when you come back to the world. That includes the entire game, has 99 clovers. I think the first world has 4 times 4 is 16 plus 7. I think it has 23 if I remember counting correctly. If we move over to the left, the second level, Golem Getaway. Alright, for the second level, it's a side-scrolling level. It's pretty easy level, but it's pretty tight on coins. So make sure you are picking up coins when possible. From the beginning, jump to the left and over where you started, and jump and burrow into this pillar in order to spawn yourself the L in Lucky. Like I said, the coins are a little tight, so we're gonna try to actually grab the majority of them along the way. We're gonna backtrack up here for this diamond. For here, you want to go underneath, and then you can jump up to get the U in Lucky. Grab the boxes, jump out of the hole, and we're gonna grab the caterpillars and any other coins that might have been left behind. Want to grab the C from the bird in Lucky. For this area, we want to burrow the first pillar, burrow the second pillar, and we should be able to use the foxhole to get to the background. This part's a little difficult. What we'll need to do is use the timer on the left and then grab all of the coins before they disappear. Once we do that, we can go back to the middle and there will be another timer. We'll have to use that and grab all of these coins before they disappear. This one's pretty tight on timing, actually. And as soon as you do, though, you'll get the K in Lucky. If you did fail, the timers are gone, and you have to redo the entire level to come back here in order to retry for that letter. However, if you do finish the level, you will save the letters you have. So if you got like every letter except the L, you can finish the level and then go back and just get the L and then finish the level again in order to get all the letters and whatnot. Here's where we can get our secret Clover. What we want to do is melee the cat. And then go back up here and do it again. Do it one more time. And then go back down here and melee him again in order to spawn the lucky, the hidden Clover. Make sure you grab the life here. You want to probably drop down and grab the crystal there. Want to come up here and then grab that other crystal. That crystal is really important if you want the 300 coins necessary. We wanted to grab that. As soon as we get the 300 coins here, we will get the yellow traversal. Now we can use the foxhole, and we have to just get across this area. So just watch out for the bees a little better than I did in my run. And use the foxhole to get back into the foreground on top this time. Make sure you go to the bottom here to get the Y in Lucky, and then we can come back up. We got all the letters in Lucky, and we have the traversal one for getting enough coins. Now that we have all three, we can finish the level, and we have all four. We'll also get an achievement for completing a 2D level. And we can move on to level 3 in World 1. Based on the time of this recording so far, I have a feeling this walkthrough will be closer to 3.5 hours than the estimated 2.5 hours I gave at the beginning, to be honest. Alright, the next level is Lord Ember's Domain. Some other stuff did also open up, but we'll get to that later. We're going to try to do stuff in order. This level's not too bad. It's more about staying alive than anything, I think. There's more than enough coins. The letters are pretty easy. And the hidden Clover isn't too bad either. So following our pattern, we're going to try to grab as many coins early on as possible. This one's just about timing yourself with all of the items that you can dodge. Like all the fireballs and stuff. Here we can grab the L by staying on the rotating platform. We can grab the heart if we want it, but we won't really need it. And then we should be lifted up to the next area where there's a checkpoint. Ride the little elevator up, and then ride this elevator thing down to get the U in Lucky. Grab the coins while you're here. And then follow the fireballs to the next platform. Keep following the platforms. At this point, you can drop down to grab the C in Lucky. And then you want to ride this back up. And across. Alright, we're at a checkpoint. This part can be quite difficult, but it's also the easiest way to get a lot of coins. So there will be this new enemy that spawns, and he chases around and tries to stomp us. And there's all these little pits with coins and stuff. The thing is, the pits only have one exit, so you have to kind of you know, make sure you don't trap yourself inside of the pit when this guy's chasing you around. You don't have to grab all the coins here, but it definitely helps. You can grab the K in Lucky right here. I would highly recommend grabbing this gem, though. We'll grab these coins just to be safe, although I don't think we will need them. It's always good to have a couple of extras. Grab the life if you need it. And we'll actually skip these 5 coins. Hopefully it doesn't bite us in the butt. Alright, now that the door opens, just ride the elevator up. Alright. So, alright. Go forward and make sure we grab enough coins. Just grab the coins that are pretty obvious here. Use the little bouncy thing in order to grab some extra coins. Clear all this stuff out of the way, and there's a foxhole right here. I believe this foxhole is the one that has the secret clover. So what we need to do for this one is to grab all of the blue coins that are going to show up. And you can see the pattern of the platforms and how they open. This one is quite difficult, I'll be honest. You need to know a little bit of the pattern of the platforms. I don't know if there's like a tight timer on this. I did miss a coin there. It's okay. The most important thing is to pretty much stay alive and not dunk yourself in the water. Once you grab all of the blue coins, the clover will spawn at the end. There's also a bumblebee shooting a stinger at you, but he doesn't really get in the way very often. Now I want to grab the K and Lucky, so go to the right-hand side, up this bouncy thing, go here, another bouncy thing, up on the platform, grab the Y actually in Lucky. We have all the letters in Lucky now. Grab the gem. And then you can use this bridge to get like the last 20 or so coins you need. As soon as we get to 300, we will get the traversal. I'll call it the traversal clover from now on, I guess. It seems probably the most fitting name. As you can see, we have 300 now easily, and there was a couple I skipped earlier. There's a whole bunch of coins you can grab here if you need them. You could probably easily get to 400 on this level if you look hard enough. At this point, all we really have left to do is to finish the level. So just use the platforms. And get the final clover to finish the level. So now the last level in this area before like the kind of final boss or whatever is open. However, on the way there, there's a whole bunch of other things we can do, which I'm going to actually do first. And I'll show those off right now. So all the open worlds have like these little side puzzle areas that aren't main levels. For this level, it's this little fire ground right here. It has 6 little holes. 5 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I not count? Okay, no, there's 6. So you do them in order to unlock the next one. We'll start with the first one out in the open. These ones aren't too bad. They're like little puzzles where you have to move characters over in a certain sequence to get them to the final location. Each of these puzzles ends in 1 clover. This one is fairly simple. You can skip them if you want. Did I just screw it up already? I screwed it up a little bit, but this is, we can work with this. Surprised I didn't see that faster. But yeah, all of them have basically one solution. The only thing is you can always, the way the levels are made, you can always get back to the default starting position pretty easily. So if you're having a struggle, just play around with them until you get the right kind of configuration. You'll also unlock an achievement there for completing your first sliding block puzzle. As I said, you get 1 clover per puzzle here, and doing one will unlock the next one. They're pretty easy. Here there's a couple dudes that can get in the way. So we're gonna melee this over, melee this. And just like that, that's the second one done. This just introduced the fact that there can be enemies that are in the way. This next level just further works with some, makes it a little bit more complex. We're actually going to use the bad guy here in order to get to the proper location on the board. This is number 4 of the 6 at the start. There's one more later on near the end as well. Alright, so this one might require a little bit of creativity. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I don't want to explain everything move by move here because you can pretty easily copy what's happening on screen, and sometimes I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go along. I don't have every little step written out like I do for some of my guides. Also, we're going to be keeping the commentary pretty PG in this video. It's going to be a lot of, you know, younger gamers probably trying to experience this game as well. Alright, let's see. This one, I believe, was a little bit more difficult. But not too bad at all, actually. Alright. We want this here, this here. Alright, and that's pretty much the solution for this as well. That was probably, what, 5 or 6 steps? Maybe 7? You can pick up all these coins if you want them. I don't think... You know, I think we'll have more than enough coins later on. Complete the ring. Go to the final 6th out of 6 little foxhole. Alright, oh, I did a few too many moves here, but we should be able to fix it up. Yeah, so I made a small error, but should be able to fix it quite quickly here. And there we go. Just keep playing around until you kind of see progress being made, and you shouldn't have too many issues. Alright, sweet. So we've completed this ring. We're at 18 out of, I believe, the 23 I quoted earlier. There's also these clocks, like, in the open world, but they don't actually... Like, they just lead to more coins, but I don't think they're required for anything. Get a little treasure chest, maybe, with some extra coins. So here's Piggy Peril. We're actually going to skip Piggy Peril really quick. Yeah, sure. Let's skip Piggy Peril very quickly. And go up here to this little foxhole, where we can get one more clover before finishing off the world. Getting all the clovers and then defeating the boss in this world to get to the next one. Alright, this level is basically like a temple running level. You always have to go forward, so make sure you're paying attention. You can miss, you know, coins here. All you have to do is get to the end. You don't have to worry about coins and stuff. The coins are just for fun, basically. And just like that, we've completed this foxhole. We also get an achievement here for completing our first burrow run level. At this point, we can complete Piggy Peril. So let's go for that. This is another 2D side-scrolling level with some... There are some tricky bits here. I would say that the coins aren't really a problem, but there are definitely some tricky bits in terms of staying alive. Get the L underneath this conveyor belt here. It also has some really funky music, which is actually pretty cool. Alright, so take out that B, and then melee this to get some extra coins out of that. Watch out for these rotating saw blades. Obviously, those are bad. Jump to the left here in order to grab the U. At the checkpoint, you want to go to the left and underneath. Melee the little switch in order to grab the secret clover of this level. We're just going to grab any extra coins. I forget how tight the coin requirement is. So I'm just going to kind of do a little more than I need to. All right. So for the letters, we have the L and the U. Melee the beam here. And then go into the foxhole underneath. For this foxhole, we will need to grab everything, so it's all about timing. Make sure you don't die. We're a little tight here on the timer. And drop down in order to get your C. Again, that's one of those ones where if you fail, you have to kind of restart the entire level. We're making good progress towards our 300 coins. Get the K up here by making sure you jump on the trampoline and get really good height. You probably have to double jump. And then use this foxhole right here. This is like a complex series of foxholes, essentially. You can grab the health if you want it, but it's not very helpful when you're at full health. Watch out for the caterpillar. Grab the Y. We have all the letters to lucky now. All we need to worry about is finishing the level and getting 300 coins. Grab a whole bunch here. Oh no, I really hope we don't have to backtrack. Alright, we're exactly at 301. So we got the traversal. You could probably backtrack if you really need to. And grab the final clover in order to get all 4 to 4 for that level. At this point, we'll receive the big 100-point achievement for collecting all of the clovers in World 1 called Sky Castle or Chapter. Now, before we go to the final boss area, there's one more thing we can do here, which I don't know if it's required, but I want to be safe. Go to the statue, and you can replace the statue based on how many clovers you have. So do it once with 7. Do it once with 15. And then do it once with 23. And we'll have the gold fox statue for this area. I'm not sure if it's going to come in handy later. It's just better to do it now just in case. Last but not least, we have the boss level here. Unlock the door with at least 10 clovers. We have 23, so obviously we're good. And then go inside. This level does not have a clover, but it's essentially a boss battle to close off the chapter and bring you to the next world. It's really easy. So you should be good as long as you have, you know, your basic platforming and basic 3D platforming skills. What you want to do is you want to melee these guys into the boss. You can only melee the boss a certain amount of times, like per phase, essentially. So you just kind of try to stay alive as long as possible and make sure you don't take any damage until the boss is back on his little platform and you have more dudes to shoot him with. The little golem will come and drop health for you if you need it. All right, at this point, I think is when you can take the boss out. If you just continually hit him. Obviously, watch out for the fire and stuff. I'm actually pretty close to dying. Alright, and just like that, you defeated, I believe his name is Master Mittens. Go to the book in order to complete the chapter, get a little bit of story stuff. And we grabbed our achievement for defeating Master Mittens. And we are at 225 out of 1,000. I said we should get 235, but I think I just miscounted. We did do everything available in the area. So... Oh, actually, there is one missable thing I didn't get, but it's basically an achievement for dying. So that's why I didn't get it. We'll get it later. Don't worry. We're in World 2 now. Just skip through the dialogue in order to start World 2. There are a couple of achievements for dying in a certain way. I'll make sure to add those to my list, and we'll grab all of them before the end of the game for sure. And you can always replay levels, so there's no need to worry. All right, World 2, we're going to cut it. I'm going to record World 2 on a separate day, and I'll see you then.